Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, new life for the Airbus A380. FAA hit with class action lawsuit over drone registration. And drop zone must be allowed at Casa Grande Airport in Arizona. Hello, I'm Laura Hudson. It's January 19th, and this is Airborne Unlimited. You can hear the sigh of relief from across the Atlantic after several months of questions about the viability of the A380 program and whether Airbus would continue to manufacture the super jumbo airliners. New life has been breathed into the program with an order from Emirates. Analysts have been saying since an agreement between Emirates and Airbus hit a snag last year at the Dubai Airshow that the deal was make or break for the A380. Now the carrier has signed a Memorandum of Understanding to acquire up to 36 additional A380 aircraft. The agreement was signed Thursday morning at the airline's headquarters. The commitment is for 20 A380s and an option for 16 more, with deliveries to start in 2020, valued at $16 billion at latest list prices. Following delivery of its first A380 in July 2008, Emirates took its 100th A380 on the 3rd of November 2017 in Hamburg. Airbus claims that the A380 is an essential part of the solution to sustainable growth, alleviating traffic congestion at busy airports by transporting more passengers with fewer flights. The A380 flies 8,200 nautical miles non-stop and can accommodate 575 passengers in 4 classes. After the break, Skydiving Museum Hall of Fame launches new website.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight 4-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, Airborne Unmanned, the AMA Drone Report, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The International Skydiving Museum Hall of Fame has launched a new website. Though your current bookmark will still take you to the new content, it is also fully responsive with mobile devices, making it easy to navigate on a wide range of web browsers and portable devices. In addition to the changed design and layout of the pages, new functions and features have been implemented. The General Directorate of Civil Aviation in Costa Rica has suspended the operating certificate of Nature Air, following an accident in which 10 USA citizens were fatally injured on New Year's Eve. Their certificate was pulled after it was determined that the airline was unable to assure safe operations after the loss of 3 senior executives. A former operations manager for Nature Air recently claimed that the airline's operations had become irregular. IAC Collegiate Program Chairman Jordan Ashley has congratulated all participants in the 2017 competition. Results from the IAC Collegiate competition are calculated for both team and individual categories. The top performing teams are as follows: Metropolitan State University of Denver, University of North Dakota, and the United States Air Force Academy. The top performing individuals are as follows: Sam Robinson of MSU, Jared Hulse of MSU, and Alex Talley of UND. StandardAero has announced that it will cease operations at the company's LAX-based business aviation repair station by the end of March 2018. However, the company will continue to maintain mobile service capabilities in the Southern California region. Primary reasons driving the decision included severe and unexpected reductions in the number of worldwide TFE 731 engine events and the associated revenue and volume declines, which have accompanied this trend. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. The FAA has been hit with another lawsuit over its drone registration database, and this time the agency is facing nearly $840 million in penalties. Drone attorney Jonathan Ruprecht writes that the case has been brought by Robert Taylor, the brother of John Taylor, who won a case against the FAA that temporarily suspended the FAA's drone registration requirement. Ruprecht says that this case is a class action suit of at least 836,796 members. According to Ruprecht, Count 1 is alleging that the FAA collected personal information and money under the Part 48 registration regulations, which were declared illegal under the Taylor v. Huerta case. Count 2 of the lawsuit alleges that under the Little-Tucker Act, the federal government's sovereign immunity is waived when the government takes money from individuals in violation of a statute. Count 3 alleges that the FAA violated plaintiff and the class's constitutional and privacy rights by unlawfully promulgating the registration rule and enforcing the registration rule without any statutory authority to do so. Count 4 alleges unjust enrichment by collecting over $4 million in fees. The lawsuit is seeking $5 back for the class, Privacy Act violation statutory damages of $1,000 each for the members of the class, or an estimated $836,796,000. The total would be nearly $841 million plus attorney fees. After these messages, drop zone must be allowed at Casa Grande Airport in Arizona.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Welcome back. Nearly 4 years after it was initially denied in 2014, the FAA has told the city of Casa Grande, Arizona, that it must allow the establishment of a drop zone at the Casa Grande Municipal Airport. Skydive Coastal California has been operating out of the airport as Phoenix Area Skydiving, but the drop zone used by the company is outside the city limits. Luther Kurtz, owner of Phoenix Area Skydiving, initially applied for the establishment of a drop zone on airport property in 2013. The request was denied in 2014 by then airport manager Richard Wilkie, who was currently the city's economic development director. Wilkie said at the time that the request was denied due to safety issues and the city's insurance policy would not allow it. Kurtz appealed to the FAA, which last week released a 24-page order telling the city it is in violation of multiple federal mandates related to AIP grants the city has accepted for the airport. It also says prohibiting skydiving at the airport amounts to economic discrimination against the company. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is currently on our winter schedule and is streamed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, alternating with Airborne Unmanned on Tuesday and the AMA Drone Report each Thursday. Additional breaking news bulletins may be posted for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Have a great weekend and see you Monday.